Welcome to Just 15 Minutes, a space where leaders share real practices that keep them steady under pressure. My name is Eric Bomyea, and today I'm joined by Karis Hugardi, who leads people at Ting Internet. Welcome, Karis.
Thank you, Eric. It's so great to be here.
Before we start, will you join me for a drop-in?
I would love to.
Okay. So let's take a moment to arrive together. You can close down your eyes or lower the gaze, whatever feels most comfortable for you. Take a moment to feel your feet on the ground or any other spot of the body where there is a sensation of steadiness, stableness, support, and allowing the body to rest here in that sensation. It's from this space that we'll invite in the breath, bringing awareness to the inhale and the exhale. And then if it feels right, joining me on an inhale and letting it go. Last one in. And it's from here that we'll begin.
And I've been joined by a friend.
Yes, hello, who has recognized our presence and is joining us for a present moment. I love that. So let's dive right on into Just 15. We're all navigating a lot right now. The world is intense. And I'm hoping that you can share a moment when you felt the pressure was high and how you chose to meet it.
Yeah, it's a great question. And as a head of HR, there are many moments of pressure that I can recall throughout my career. But I would probably say that one of the most high pressure and intense periods of my career in the recent couple of years, where I needed to show up as my best self, was having to conduct a round of layoffs at our organization. So this was just over a year ago, towards the end of last year, and operational needs meant that we needed to restructure our organization, and that was going to impact a large segment of our employee population. So that was probably the biggest high pressure, most intense period of my career in kind of recent history, I would say.
Mm-hmm. And that's a really intense moment and tough moment for any leader to be in. And so I'm curious, like, how did you handle that yourself? Like, what was your moment of, I'm about to deliver this news? It is very easy, I can imagine, for the mind to want to go to a lot of different types of scenarios, the heart to be reaching out to other people. How did you bring yourself into presence to deliver that?
Yeah, and it's one of those moments where, as an HR leader particularly, you realize and you recognize and you acknowledge that it's not about you. None of this is about you. And so all of the space, all of your heart space has to be shared with those that are being impacted. Yet at the same time, if I'm not centered in myself, I can't show up as my best self to be there for those people, to provide the level of empathy, compassion, and understanding that I need to be able to share with individuals that are being impacted in such a terrible way. So for me, it's really about making sure that my center is grounded, that my nervous system is regulated. If I can keep my nervous system regulated, I can show up in a way that's not just helpful for me, but with a big heart, lots of openness, and be able to hold space for all of the emotions that are going to come through during those conversations. And having my own nervous system regulated is probably the most critical piece of that. So I have to take care of myself.
It's from that place of regulation, centeredness, that you can tap into the heart and be available to more people. And I really admire you speaking to that and acknowledging that, because there's going to be a lot of people that want to tell you like the secrets to leadership success is reading another book or
Yeah.
doing this specific type of leadership thing. And what I'm actually hearing is that one of the most important parts of your approach to leadership is a groundedness, a steadiness, a tuning into your own nervous system and regulating. And
Yes, because what that does is it actually increases my capacity to hold more. Because there's only so many hours in the day, there's only so many minutes in the hour, there's only so many things that you can focus on in a way that's meaningful. But by being grounded and centered myself allows me to create extra capacity to be able to show up, especially in those times when it's needed.
yeah, and how do you see that impacting those around you, your peers, your team, your family? Like, how does that presence impact others?
I think when you're in a situation that feels chaotic, like free fall, there's ambiguity, there's uncertainty, there's instability. When those things are present in the messages that you're having to give, providing a level of stability and calm and confident um, holding of space for others and allowing them to feel seen, to feel heard, and empathize with their situation and what they're going through allows others to be able to take a beat and take a breath and to feel like held in that space, to feel like they are recognized and acknowledged, and that that level of calmness that I can bring to those situations, if my nervous system is regulated, allows others to lean into that and to use that for support in those times.
It's such a there's a couple things going on when that happens. There's some silent communication that's happening with the nonverbal language of the body and how you're holding yourself, and there's also the verbal, like how you're delivering messages or even what you're not saying, allowing the space for others. And if
Yeah,
somebody is having a big moment, it's settling into yourself, finding your center, regulating yourself, and being with that person.
yeah.
So
And
often, yeah, go ahead.
giving bad news or having uncomfortable conversations or providing feedback that's maybe more negative in nature is so hard for all of us. Like all of us find that really hard. We want to run away. We don't want to hurt somebody else's feelings. We don't want to, flag anything negative that's going to make somebody feel bad. And I think that's just a natural human trait. But if I can use my regulated self to give myself courage to show up and have those conversations, even when it's difficult, even when it's hard, even when I'm feeling pain, then it allows the other individual, the other person that you're speaking to also be able to show up to that conversation as well.
Thank you. What are the practices that you do to regulate your nervous system and deepen your capacity? I heard you reference that earlier on in the conversation, the deepening of capacity. So, what are the practices in your daily life that help you do that?
Meditation has been a game changer for me. For decades, I convinced myself that I couldn't meditate. I couldn't quiet my mind. I'm busy. I'm always on the go, and I'd never be able to do it. And then I realized that it's called a practice because it's a practice, and it takes practice to actually be able to get to a space. But and it's also not just about quietening your mind. It's about allowing those thoughts and those feelings to go through you without response and reaction. Um, and so meditation has been an absolute life changer for me. I also do yoga, some breath work, Kundalini yoga, but the ability to quiet my mind for just a short period of time every day, and just be in myself and not distracted just allows that moment of regulation to be able to kind of settle in and allows me to go through the day with a much greater deal of calm.
Yeah. And I love what you said. It's a practice. The first time may be transformative or it may not.
Mhm.
The
Right.
20th time may be transformative, or it may not be. And I think that's the revisiting of something over and over again. And I'm curious, like, how long do you meditate? Right? Like,
And it depends. 15 minutes is great. Like I love your just 15 minutes. You know, Eric, I've recently discovered your meditations and I'm loving them because it is 15 minutes and everybody can find 15 minutes in the day. And I try and do that before my day starts. So I've got my cup of tea and I just need those 15 minutes to center. When I have, longer, maybe on the weekends, it could be 30 minutes, could be 45 minutes. But yeah, 15 minutes is 10 to 15 minutes. If you can find 10 to 15 minutes to just sit quietly with yourself, it's life changing.
it doesn't take long to reset and regulate. The world can feel very scary, and our nervous systems can dip into that fight or flight. And when it does, all of our systems start to cascade in that direction. And what we can do to help bring it over into the other side of rest and regulation, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes can make
I'll
a
do it in the
huge.
dentist chair. Like if I'm sitting there in the dentist chair, I can regulate myself against any kind of potential pain or discomfort just by reminding myself that I can go inwards and I can take that time and I can breathe. If I breathe, maybe a little chant in my head just allows me to stay focused, and it makes the world a difference in all kinds of scenarios.
I love that. Before we close, I want to carry a thread that you kind of started touching on, which is, what would you say to somebody who feels overwhelmed or stretched thin and doesn't think that they have time to slow down?
I mean, I think if you all of us find that we have a lack of time. Um, it's a pandemic of time scarcity. I think we're all suffering from that. But it's about what's important to you because you'll make time for what's important to you. And if you recognize the importance of self-regulation and the ability to show up in a calm and meaningful and intentional way for others, then you will find that 10 minutes.
Absolutely. Yeah. The presence ripples outward and it impacts so many other people. It doesn't just impact ourselves. And
Absolutely.
so just 15 minutes now will pay back dividends in the future.
100%. I see it every day.
Yeah. So thank you for being here today, and thank you for demonstrating. It's leaders like you that continue showing that just taking 15 minutes to regulate, it's not a luxury. It's actually a strategic advantage.
It really is.
And I'm so thankful, and thank you for all that you're putting out into the world. That's our 15 minutes. It flies by. Thank you for being present with me. Uh,
Always.
so, with that, will you join me in a closing?
I'd love to.
Yeah. So, bringing any gesture of gratitude that feels comfortable to you right now. It is with deep appreciation, thanking the teachers and guides and mentors that came before us, and with the intention of putting out the message to more people. May they be impacted and see the benefit of taking time for themselves to rest, reset, regulate, and to see what ripples out from there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I
Thank
hope that
you.
you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I'll see you on a morning practice soon.
Looking forward to it. Thanks so much, Eric.
Bye.
Bye.